Hello and welcome back to the Sideline. I'm Rory Jones, and today I'm going to be talking about a new country on the NFL's international calendar. Now, we've had the UK, we've had Mexico, we've had Germany, and most recently Brazil. But next year, for the first time, the NFL will be touching down in Spain. So for today's episode, I'm joined by Iker Sagasti, an NFL journalist and Spanish commentator for NFL Game Pass on DAZN. So first of all, Iker, this is going to be terrible Spanish by me, but bienvenido, or should I say, because I believe you're in San Sebastian, ongi etorri?
Wow.
How are you doing?
Really well. Thank you very much. You did it in Spanish and also in Basque. Well done.
Thank you. I mean, that's my Spanish done for the day.
it's really good. I'm happy to be here with you in the sideline and looking forward to talk about this Madrid game that we've been working a lot to get it done, and now we're some months away, and we're really excited for the NFL coming to Spain.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously Real Madrid's Santiago Bernabeu Stadium will be hosting the first ever NFL game in Madrid. That'll be on the 16th of November when the Miami Dolphins, as the home team, will be facing the Washington Commanders. I mean, personally, I can't wait for this one. But Iker, as someone who's been following the league in Spain for quite some time, how excited are you for this game?
I'm really excited because, here in Spain we've been working for many years, for the NFL to put the eyes on the country. I think Spain is like a strategic place for the NFL because we can have the European people coming to the Bernabeu, and also all the Latin fans that can relate to Spain because of the many similarities, the language, and I think it's like a point where both worlds can unite, and here in Spain, the NFL fandom is growing a lot. We're working really hard to do that. We have a podcast here. The name is 100 yardas, like 100 yards.
Yeah.
And if you take the other football, soccer, away, is the main sport podcast in the country. And we're really proud of that. And it's like Spain is have been working to convince the NFL here. You can have a great time here. You're gonna have a packed stadium, and now that's a reality. We're trying because Madrid is is the capital. You have the Bernabeu, that it's like a legendary stadium, but I think it's not going to be the only city where the NFL will play in the next few years.
Certainly interesting. I mean, I completely agree with you. I've never been. I definitely need to go. But the Bernabeu Stadium, I think, just seems perfect. I mean, it's recently been renovated, which reportedly costs around 1.67 billion euros.
Yeah.
That saw its capacity increase to just under 85,000, I believe. And also, more importantly, more relevant to the NFL, that included the installment of a new retractable pitch, which looks absolutely insane if anyone's seen any of the videos. But it seems like the perfect stage for the NFL's first game in Spain, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's Real Madrid. Is the the greatest football team in Europe. Or they won the most European championships, and the stadium have this mystic that when it's really vertical, you are on the pitch, and it's a really great experience because even if you are in the highest levels, you can see the game really well. And for the NFL, the sound of the stadium is going to be great.
Yeah.
And Miami is like a really Latin city in the US, and I think it's many Spanish audience is going to come to the game, but I think many people from US and many people from the rest of Europe, I think they're trying to get to the tickets are going to fly.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to try and get one somehow, but I do agree with you that Bernabeu has this mystic feel about it. I mean, I'm not sure how you feel about Real Madrid, but I think objectively it is the biggest, the most successful football team in the world. That's why I'm wearing white today. No, I'm just kidding. But I think it's 15 Champions Leagues or something ridiculous that they have, and what I think about as well is promoting the sport to a younger audience. I mean, when you think about the Bernabeu, just some of the players, the Galacticos legends you've seen over the years. We've had Cristiano Ronaldo, Zinedine Zidane. Maybe we've also had the second most famous Iker in Spain, in Iker Casillas for a number of years. And obviously, later this year, we'll see some of the NFL's biggest stars. We've got the likes of Tyreek Hill. If he's not been traded by then, I mean, we can't control that. But Tua Tagovailoa as well, the quarterback. And then for Washington, we've got Jaden Daniels, a very, very promising young quarterback. And Deebo Samuel, who we've enjoyed watching for years when he was on the Niners, and now he's on a new team. So these players will be stepping out onto the hallowed turf of the Santiago Bernabeu later this year. How significant do you think that will be to have such great players, the presence of such players?
It's really important. I think Jaden Daniels right now is like the highlight of the superstars, because last year it was like a historic year for a rookie, for a rookie quarterback, and I think Jaden Daniels is like going to attract all the attention. But I think I can agree with you. Tyreek Hill, maybe he's on the trade block. I hope he's coming to Madrid, because even though he's like a bit problematic sometimes, big mouth.
He's a delicate one, isn't he? I guess.
Yeah,
if you're a general manager, that's probably how you'd see it.
Yeah, but we can tell that he's a superstar.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is Tyreek Hill on the turf. It's like a really great attraction. He's so fast, so quick, and that for the people that are coming to the game and have never been in a stadium watching an NFL game, to have the opportunity to watch Tyreek Hill run. The first time for me was in Miami in the Super Bowl, when that famous 3rd and 15, third and forever.
Of course.
Yeah, and the experience to see him accelerate, that's worth it for the ticket.
No, absolutely. I completely agree. Especially when you're thinking about younger fans. I mean, some of these athletes, they really are freak athletes. I remember seeing Lamar Jackson, actually at one point when I was in college in the US, I remember seeing him when he was playing at Louisville, just destroying my college team. But then when I went to a Ravens game in person and I saw the guy run, I mean, you could only just about see him. He was just electric. I think just having these players is going to be so significant. And I think back to the NFL's popularity in Spain. So according to the league's own numbers, there's around 13 million fans there now, which is pretty crazy. But what has it been like from your perspective personally, as someone who's been covering the sport as a reporter, to kind of see the league really grow in recent years?
Yeah, it's really exciting. The last decade, this growth have been like getting little steps, but from the pandemic, it's been like an explosion. And these last few years, we're like watching the fandom grow, and all these people getting interest for the NFL, and I think having games here in Spain, it's going to be like a turning point, because when people have the chance to watch the sport live, the NFL is working towards having the game on public television.
Yeah.
And if they can get the deal done, I think that's going to be like really important for the growth.
I completely agree. In terms of exposure, I mean, if they can get like a Netflix deal, I remember the Netflix games over Christmas did so well, and just imagine if they could do something similar around the international games. You can see the audience is only just going to grow. I mean, it might be 13 million today. It might be a significantly bigger number in the near future.
Yeah, I think if we can have the Madrid game and Super Bowl like for free on television, that's going to be the turning point for us to make this explosion of fans here in Spain. It's not easy. For the last 3 decades, NFL it's been broadcast in a platform where you have to pay. If the NFL can get this done and you can get it for free, I'm completely sure it's gonna grow.
Absolutely. I think also, speaking of fans, I mean, what I find particularly interesting in Spain is I think in 2021 you had 2 NFL franchises who acquired rights, one of which being the home team for this year's game. I mean, we've got the Chicago Bears as well, who I believe, well, I know they're doing a lot of work as well in terms of grassroots flag football programs. They've been very, very heavily involved. It's really impressive to see what they've done. But the Miami Dolphins, I'm also interested in hearing more about in terms of the connection between Miami and Madrid. I think obviously Miami having a huge Spanish-speaking population and being an easy destination as well to get from Miami to Madrid. I believe it's pretty simple to get a direct flight. And just the work that the Dolphins are doing, do you feel that kind of as the home team, they really will have a lot of fans in there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Bernabeu is going to be like Hard Rock Stadium for one day.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. I really think that people will be cheering for the Dolphins because the cities are related. The cities have many things in common. The Dolphins are playing first, but the Bears are like really keen on doing all these events, like the mini monsters that also in the UK they're trying to teach flag football for young kids, and also there have been like hosting a couple of watch parties here in one in Madrid or in Barcelona, and I know they're going to to do this more times, and also the Kansas City Chiefs has also selected Spain. We're looking forward for the Chiefs doing things here in our soil.
Of course, I mean, it's great to have more teams. I mean, the Chiefs are really... I don't think I can get through an episode without the Chiefs and Taylor Swift coming up at some point and Travis Kelce, but I guess younger audiences, they love it. They love it, don't they? So it's definitely something that we can expect to keep growing. Excited to see what the Chiefs do in Spain as well. I believe they just got rights in the UK too, so they're everywhere, basically. Yeah,
because I think they know that they have like the face of the league right now. Because Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen are like quite popular, but in international markets, I think Patrick Mahomes is the face of the NFL right now.
I think he's got the 3 rings. He's been in a couple of series. He's a name. I think he's already pretty iconic. I mean, love him or hate him, Patrick Mahomes isn't going anywhere.
No, and he has this magic when he's playing that
magic
is really attractive for the fans.
Absolutely. I mean, he'll be playing in Brazil later this year, so I think their fans will benefit from that too if he has a good game. As for the Dolphins and the Commanders, do you have any like way too early predictions for that game?
Well, I think the Commanders are going to win that game because I'm not loving the Miami Dolphins off season. I'm like a little bit confused because they're not tearing down the house and like I think that they need to do that and start again. But
the rebuild.
Yeah, the rebuild, but they trade Jalen Ramsey, but they get Minka for a secondary that I think it's not really good. I think the offense is going to be fine because if Tua can stay healthy, you have Tyreek Hill, you have Jalen Waddle, the offense is going to work. But I look at the defense, they're awful. And,
what defense?
What defense? So that defense trying to stop Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, I don't think they're Deebo Samuel. I don't think that they have the weapons to stop, and that's good news because I think we're going to see a lot of points, and we're going to have a really fun match there in Madrid. But I think the Commanders are going to destroy the Dolphins.
Interesting. The Dolphins have been pretty relevant in the last couple of days because obviously we saw the Fitzpatrick trade, which personally I find a bit strange. I mean,
it is strange.
I'll be honest, he's not my favorite player. As a Ravens fan, I think he was always a bit of a villain against us, I guess, to put it lightly.
Big mouth.
He sure is, and I think maybe translates to on the field as well. But he is a very good player. He's an all-pro safety, and why you just give away an All-Pro safety for. I mean, Jalen Ramsey's an exceptional corner, but he is 30. I mean, how it depends how kind of much is left in the tank. But they also got Jonnu Smith as well, a fantastic tight end. So
Yeah.
maybe the Steelers are going all in this year. I mean, I really hope they come up short personally, but
Yeah.
we'll see
For
what happens.
for the Steelers, you know, I don't believe that getting Aaron Rodgers with 41 years and now Jalen Ramsey, and I don't think it's enough to to get it done to the Super Bowl. Maybe you can go back to the playoffs. Maybe you can win one game. I don't think so, but maybe. But do this like this all in to get these players, and next year, and because in the best scenario you're getting to the playoffs, but you're not getting to the Super Bowl, not at all. And you need to start again, and you know, in a division where you have the Ravens and the Bengals, you know, Jalen Ramsey. I can agree with you. It's a great player, but he's now on the wrong side of 30. He earns a lot of money, you know, paying $26.5 million. He's not in his prime anymore. But I think it's interesting because Jalen Ramsey can play like in the inside. He can play in the slot. He can go to the safety. He also can play out of the numbers. And you have Porter Jr. So maybe he can help the secondary to, you know, that defense is a good defense. But getting rid of Minkah Fitzpatrick, that has been like the best player of that secondary, I don't understand that. Jonnu Smith, yeah, it's like good help for Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think it's enough. And for the Dolphins, yeah, Minkah will help. He's a veteran player, but the secondary, it's like you don't have nothing at all.
I think the interesting point you make with Jalen Ramsey as well is the fact that maybe the versatility does make it more of a good investment if he can rotate around, if he can even play safety. Because I mean, I always associate corners with being literally the fastest players on the field, and if you are, as you said, on the wrong side of 30 playing corner, I mean, yeah, covering Jamar Chase twice a year of the Bengals, it's a tough one. I mean, I think it's interesting to see it. I mean, I think, obviously, I'm hoping the Ravens win that division. And I hope the Aaron Rodgers experiment ends spectacularly badly, but that's just my own personal motives. But do you have any, in terms of so you're pretty confident the Commanders win that game? Personally, I'm inclined to agree. Although I do think the home field advantage could be pretty significant for the Dolphins, especially, I'm imagining them playing in all white. If they do something like that as well to get even the Madridistas there, who would be absolutely loving the fact that they're wearing all white, like
that can be a great move, like marketing move.
Maybe they should do it. If anyone from the Dolphins is happening to be listening, that could be the move. But that's for the Madrid game. Do you have any way too early Super Bowl predictions as well?
I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be back.
Yeah,
maybe because the Rams are getting better. And I think that they have a chance. In the other side, I think the Ravens are the best team. For the Bills, like getting back the pieces that have been working for them, I think that's great. I think that they're going to get back to the. I think maybe to the final,
the championship game,
to the conference final. But I think the Ravens are so good. The off season for the Ravens, I think it's like A+. The draft, the free agency. I think they have all they need to finally get to the Super Bowl. So if I have to put my money, I will say Ravens Eagles. Wow. That would be a really great Super Bowl.
Obviously, I hope you're right about the Ravens. But I think equally, though, objectively speaking, I remember the Battle of the Birds last year when the Eagles faced the Ravens. I mean, Baltimore didn't have their best game by any stretch, but yeah, I remember thinking at the time those were possibly the two best teams in the league last season.
Yeah. Where absolutely in that time, if you watch the game, you said these are the best teams in the NFL. For the Ravens, you can't do more. Lamar is playing MVP level. So I think 1 year they're gonna turn the page and they're gonna get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great game. I do also think, to touch on the Eagles. I believe, is that an Eagles an Eagles shirt you have?
I get it in New Orleans.
Oh, I see.
In the last Super Bowl. Yeah.
I see. I mean, fantastic. I mean, it's great you're able to make it for that. I mean, what a game as well. I mean, the Eagles just. I personally thought they were going to win, but I didn't think they were going to do it the way that they did, just completely dismantling the Chiefs.
Yeah, I thought that the Chiefs were winning again because they always find a way. But the Eagles were a better team. They played really, really well, and they destroyed the Chiefs. For me, the Eagles are going to be better this year, and it's not easy because they played really well. But as the Ravens did, the offseason for the Eagles was like perfect. They have to face like losing some players. They replaced them really well, and I think they're the favorites.
It's hard to look past the Eagles. For some reason, the Eagles keep coming up every week on this podcast. But I mean, when you think the impact of Saquon Barkley, 2,000-yard season, he didn't get the record quite.
That's right.
But an unbelievable, arguably the best season ever a running back has had. Yeah. You look at the defensive line, was all over Mahomes in the Super Bowl. You look at the secondary, sure, they might lose one or two players here and there. Darius Slay went to the Steelers. A couple of others, I believe. But, I mean, overall, it's still such a complete team. And you do sort of get the feeling that once they've tasted that success, they've had the green and silver confetti. I mean, they've already been to one Super Bowl just 2 years prior. I think the Eagles will take some beating for whoever they come up against, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, that's my prediction, Ravens, Eagles, but the Bills are a great team. And if you have, like the Ravens, if you have Lamar Jackson, for the Bills, if you have Josh Allen, you're going to win games. That's automatic. The Bills, the Chiefs, they can also do that. And in the other conference, I think the Rams, getting Davante Adams with Puka Nacua, that offense is going to, it's going to kick ass.
I think Matt Stafford's still doing it as well. I think he's just signed that extension. I mean, just talking about the Eagles. I mean, remember that game in the playoffs, the Eagles-Rams game really came down to the wire, and Stafford was on one. So
yeah, they were like one drive away from getting it done.
Of course, and then you think, I mean, on the defensive front, they've got Jared Verse, absolute baller. I mean, he was just wrecking that game, and I think, yeah, if I genuinely think that game, if they'd have played for an extra 5 minutes, it could have gone the other way.
Yeah, I think so. And Jared Verse is going to be even better this year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do think as well. I mean, talking about some of these star players with the Lamars, the Josh Allens. It'd be interesting to see how this shapes up in terms of the international games, because the more of these players get to play in foreign markets, the better, as far as I can see. One point that you touched on earlier, coming back to Spain and the prospect of hosting more games, you mentioned other cities potentially wanting to have games. I think for me, there's probably one obvious one, but what more can you say about that in terms of which cities or stadiums you'd like to see host matches?
I can tell you that more than one city is trying to get a game. That's what I'm telling. I think Madrid is going to have more games. That's for sure. And Barcelona, absolutely.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. When the new Nou Camp is finished, they're definitely going to have a game. You can tell that for sure. Barcelona have been working for some years now to get the games, but the stadium needs to be finished. Yeah. And then we will start talking about that. My prediction is next year, Madrid again, and then Barcelona will have the game. That's my prediction. Nothing...
nothing official.
That's right. That's right. And other cities, I'm from the north. Maybe Bilbao. Maybe. San Mamés have hosted Women Champions League finals. This year Europa League final too. they know how to do that. And the stadium, that's, it's named the Cathedral. It's San Mamés. It's really great stadium. You have others, maybe Sevilla, maybe Valencia, really big cities that they have the stadium, the capacity, all you need. But Madrid again, Barcelona for sure. Then we'll see.
Absolutely. I think one venue as well would be the Metropolitano. I think would be amazing. I mean, if they can have...
We will have a game in Metropolitano.
Down
definitely.
The road.
Yeah, because in the process, this I can tell you, when the NFL visit the stadium, the Metropolitano, they get in love with the venue and with the surroundings, that it's like you can park there, you have spaces out of the city. But if the first time you're coming to Madrid, you need to go to the Bernabeu. You need to do that because it's like iconic. But Metropolitano, I believe that they will host a game there.
I believe that's the capacity of, I think, about 80,000 or something. Obviously, pretty new stadium. Yeah. Apparently it's very close to the airport as well, which the NFL always looks at those sort of things. Yeah. Obviously, from a logistical standpoint, people are arriving. It's easy to get to. New stadium. I think that would be awesome as well. I think to see that.
Yeah, I think they check all the all the things that you need to.
I think also coming back to Barcelona, you mentioned they're trying to get a game. I think that would be brilliant to see that. I mean, a bit like the Bernabeu, obviously the Camp Nou is an iconic venue, slightly bigger, and that's been renovated for the last couple of years now. I think that's costing a reported fee of around 1.5 billion euros. When that will be finished, I don't know. It's a little bit like the Sagrada Familia, where it's like every couple of years, just a little bit longer. But when that is finished, what a stadium that will be. I mean, it was an incredible venue before, so you can only imagine the Spotify Camp Nou. I think they're increasing its capacity even more.
And it was like 100,000 already. So
100,000. I mean, yeah, that's already before that. So you can only imagine what they're going to do now. And I believe there's going to be like an Oculus thing in the center.
It's the stadium is going to be awesome. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. And the NFL, they look at that things. Playing in Allianz Arena in Munich, it's great. And if you're going to have like a new modern stadium in Barcelona, that it's a warm city, that great for tourists, again, they check all the boxes. That's going to happen.
I'd be tempted as well. If you're traveling from the US, I mean, Barcelona is one of the easier destinations to get to, a bit like Madrid. So it definitely makes sense. And I think also Barcelona, I believe, have a bit of history in terms of American football, having the Barcelona Dragons, who played there until I think 2 years ago or 1 year ago.
Yeah, but for Spain, for the growth of American football here, in the 90s, the Dragons were like an iconic team. They played this European League. They had players and coaches that then went back to the NFL. Steve Spagnuolo from the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He was in the Dragons, in the staff.
Wow.
So
I didn't even know that. That's amazing.
If you think in American football, in Spain, Barcelona Dragons are definitely one of the milestones for the growth.
So I guess what you can say is that the Chiefs' Super Bowl success, really, it all started in Barcelona because Spagnuolo became the player and then the coach. Created that defense.
that would be awesome. You can have like a story to tell.
He masterminded the defense. Maybe he came up with some of his schemes when he was in Barcelona, and they win the Super Bowl, or 2 in a row. So, but I do definitely think the way that we're able to talk about all these cities, it comes back to the NFL changing the schedule so that they can have up to 8 games internationally each year. I mean, how significant do you think that is in terms of really promoting the game internationally? That it could be, I mean, I think next season it's 5 or 6 games. The year after we could see up to 8. So it's really quite incredible.
Yeah, it's only going to grow. The NFL, we all know this. In the US, they're the king. The TV ratings, the commercials. they're like on the top. The only way to grow is looking outside, and if you know then the NBA internationally is like really popular. But if they play a regular season game like in Paris, it's like an exhibition game because it don't mean that much. But if you have an NFL regular season game, that's really meaningful. The teams are playing like like it's the last game of the season because they need to win that game. And for European or South America or maybe Australia, to have a meaningful game, the stadium is going to be packed always. And for the NFL, the business is really great because you have the US, it's yours, and you're getting to all these countries, trying to grow the fandom, having stadiums full. I think the formula, it's working and it's only going to grow. In Germany, TV ratings are like peaking. The stadiums are always full, and this is really working. Now Spain is a challenge. You have all that I told you of. You need to grow the audience in TV, but you have like the potential is really big.
And just one final question about Spain. Over the last few years, we've seen the Bears and the Dolphins both obtain marketing rights. We've seen the launch of NFL Flag last year in Spain, and we've got the game obviously coming up now in Madrid as well. What do you think is next for the NFL in Spain?
Well, I think for NFL the plans are to to have these TV rights for free, not in a platform where you have to pay. That's really important for the NFL. To grow in social media, really important. And then like this flag football interest, like people playing, like people knowing the sport, looking forward to Los Angeles Olympic Games. The more important thing to have Spain like one game country for next years, not only this year. So for the maybe 3 or 5 years, having like in London and in Germany, to have a game always, and then this the growth of the TV, the social media, and the interest for flag football events like watch parties, Super Bowl parties, all around the country. All of this, to make the fandom, the audience, to get this up.
Absolutely. I mean, it must have been amazing for you as well to see this growth year on year of how we've got here, I guess, from, when you started covering it, I guess discussions of a game in Spain, you'd have probably laughed, right?
yeah, like 5 years in the past, you tell me, oh, you're going to have a game, I will be laughing.
Well, we can all look forward to it, I guess. I mean, you'll definitely be there in Madrid, I'm assuming. I'm going to try and make it myself, but definitely excited to see how that one pans out. Iker, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you today, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me in. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.